I see 4 watching.
Already? We're going to introduce, tell them people hello.
Hi, peace. Peace, no name. I hope you can hear us well.
Yes, can they hear us well?
Can you hear us? Peace, Wanda Smith. Peace, super producer. Peace, little mama. Yay!
Look, there go our super producer. Super producer, I'm producing and doing everything.
Yes.
I'm doing everything. I'm tired, girl, because Mickey had to run out. So we welcome to Sister Circle. Let me get this shared out, and y'all share it out too. Give everyone a few minutes.
Peace, Jonelle.
Yep, see,
Peace,
she know what to
Jasmine.
do. She's a regular Sister Talibah. She's one of us, y'all. Welcome to Death Row. She know what to do. Tell the people hi. Let me go on and get my share game on. I feel you, Sister Talibah. Go on.
It's so good to see everyone. 19 people. I apologize. I was late. Wyntis was on time. My sis was on time, okay?
Facts.
Sister Talibah was late, but I'm going to tell y'all why.
Y'all don't give me no chance to.
Y'all, Black Queen is in town. Miss Kamala Harris.
Oh, Lord.
Man, I got turned around every which way. I couldn't believe it.
Every which way but up?
Yes.
It was a lot of cars out there. It was a lot of people. They was parked all over the neighborhood. They had every street that you could see, just think imaginable, blocked off. It was crazy. I am sharing Reva. Now. I forgot we still on
Peace, Reva.
Okay.
That name. I haven't seen that name before. Oh, that's Reva. Facebook. Okay.
Yes, okay, so I put this on Facebook and YouTube. Oops. Well, just the bump go on YouTube.
Yeah.
But okay, so I didn't do too bad. Let me go on and keep sharing. Let me share it out. Y'all share it with me.
Peace, living life with Xavier and Angela.
That's Angie Mac. You know that's the goat.
That's Angie Mac. Peace,
that's the
Angie.
Goat. That's the goat right there, baby. That's the goat. Look, I gotta let her know who she's talking to, because we're gonna have a good conversation tonight. I'm excited about having this conversation with Sister Talibah. Cause you know she gonna say, "Let me play devil's advocate." You know how she always do, and we're gonna break it down. So
peace, T from the D.
What up, though? That's my girl.
Peace, Miss Gladys. I love you, Miss Gladys.
Oh,
man. I love her.
Gladys, she's gonna tell use people how she feel. She sure is, and she gonna tell y'all all about it, and how she gonna tell you about everything.
You can stay on YouTube, Reva.
Yeah, nobody has to switch over. I'm like, hey, we just. I want to make it because when you get the you have to I just want to get y'all used to, because eventually everybody will be on YouTube.
Oh,
go. We just bump. We always got to go. I'm making the mix. Yeah. Water. Share too. I hope Mickey is sharing his favorite show, because we know how much Mickey loves Sister Circle. He loves Sister Circle. This is his favorite male bashing show. I don't think we male bash. I think we just simply give it in a much clearer perspective. The meal.
Peace, Kawana.
Hey, Kawana.
I love her.
Oh, look at no name. Talibah is such a pure, humble spirit, just like me, right? Right, no name.
Kawana been tearing that mic up at City Council.
Oh, look at there. Oh, super producer got us. Hey, look at Shouts out to ATN News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world. Now we call them Space these right here. But today we got the second best. The second best. We call her super producer, but today we just gonna call her Sister Girl, because she is our producer, but she's also our sister. So you know what? Thank you, Sister Girl. That's filled with let's I've been called a lot of names, but not a sweet baby.
Ana. That's right. Damn them willow trees, Miss Priestley. Then nobody care about them trees.
Not at all, but they did. They cared about them damn trees and them damn butterflies and daffodils. They did. But we're not here to talk about that. We're gonna clear our minds. This is our Friday show where we talk about stuff completely different. And tonight, Sister Talibah said we're gonna dive into some sister circle talk. We're gonna stand on business.
Yes, ma'am.
And we asked the question between ourselves because we women very, outspoken women. Do men really know what they want in a woman?
I think it depends on the maturity of the man.
Mm-hmm. It definitely does.
Yes. And I think men change. So what they require over time changes.
Mm-hmm. So hey, Miss Rose.
Peace, Miss Rose. Peace, Lasagna. So I think even in a marriage, a man changes. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why he may want something else, but keep what he already has.
She said maybe in a marriage, a man changes because he wants his cake and eat it too. Mm-hmm. That's what you think?
Possibly. I think it's now I'm talking about mature men. Mm-hmm. And I'm at a place where I don't see anything wrong with that. I do not see anything wrong with that.
So you don't mind a little J done will?
No, wait a minute. No,
I'm just saying. Now y'all know me. Y'all know I'm gonna ask. She said she didn't see nothing wrong with it. So I'm just saying.
No, I think the brother should be honest about what he wants. Mm-hmm. If something has changed. Now me, I'm gonna come from a Islamic perspective. I do believe in marriage. So in Islam, a man can have up to 4 wives. So I understand. Mm-hmm. However, that's something that should be taken seriously. Mm-hmm. Having having one wife is a huge responsibility on a brother.
Look what your girl said, Miss Gladys said, I don't want no man that can't keep his pecker in his pants. All right, Miss Gladys.
I agree, Miss Gladys. I agree. But from the Islamic perspective on polygyny, Polygany, then I agree with that because polygyny can bring forth polygyny. That's when a man can have multiple wives.
Okay.
Yep, that's polygyny. So I agree with the Islamic perspective of polygyny, which is also practiced in Christianity. I don't know if there was a set number or not. Someone else will have to answer that question. But that is a huge responsibility, and I don't take that lightly. Mm-hmm. So, I think some men can take on that responsibility of maintaining more than one wife and reproducing children with those women. Not all men. A lot of men may want to, but they are not able to. They are not emotionally equipped to do that, mentally equipped, nor are they spiritually equipped to do that.
Oh, I was still financially.
Oh, financially also. Financially. Yes. So, yes.
You got 4 wives.
But financially. But some men out here can do this. Some Muslim men. Listen, I know a Muslim man right now that has 2 wives. And they seem to have a very, very good marriage.
Okay.
I've seen it go the other way too. So like I said, I'm not promoting it loosely, mm-hmm. but I'm saying I understand that when it gets to that point. I understand. And believe it or not, there are women, Muslim women that I know that want that lifestyle.
But their husband doesn't?
No, I'm talking about single Muslim women. They are looking for a man that
they just want to join, or they want to join another.
Yes.
Okay.
Or they might be the first wife and they are open to having a co-wife.
A co-wife.
Yeah, that's what it's called, a co-wife. I don't know if we're getting way off topic, but
no, because hell, I mean, a co-wife, you share responsibilities and shit. Yes. Co-wife. A co-wife. Do the co-wife got their own set of rules and stuff,
The only rules that a family should be the Islamic rules, the rules that Allah has I'm gonna just say brought down, or that has put in place in the Quran, how a family should live. So no, there shouldn't be different rules in different households or anything like that. It should be all under what Allah has commanded.
Okay, girl. Okay. Listen, free. This shit, I ain't even gonna say, we ain't gonna put this on poll talk, because I mean, we talk about polygamy, but you said it was
polygyny.
Polygyny.
Yes. Miss Gladys, I'm not promoting that lifestyle for everyone. It's not for everyone. It definitely isn't.
Look, Miss Gladys on here, she getting all worked up now. Yeah. You know how Miss Gladys gonna get.
Yes. And like I said, remember what I said, if I'm not mistaken, it's practiced in Judaism, but it definitely was practiced in Christianity as well. So I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying,
we're just having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm mature enough to understand and see the benefit of it.
And we got that way because we're talking about, do men really know what they want? I think, like you said, maturity wise.
Yes.
I just turned 48. I just, for the first time in my life, met a man that said, I don't want to waste your time.
Yes.
I don't want you to waste my time. We don't need to waste each other's time. I like this. I don't like this. What's it gonna be? That was like, I was lost. Like, what the hell is going on? I've never heard clear cut ever. And I wonder why a lot of other men are upfront like that.
Maybe because of fear.
Fear of what? Like, you giving that woman a choice. Like, you gonna get what you want.
But a lot of people still live their life to the expectations of other people. So it's like, if I say this, if I really say how I feel, then they might fear something negative in response to that. So that's the first thing that came to my head. And I think also you have to look at the root of a person, the background of a person. Where did they learn their communication skills from? Where did they get their emotional intelligence from? Like, how were they raised? What is the relationship that they have with their mother or their father? How did they see their parents interact with each other? Did they see their father not be honest, or was not emotionally safe to be with? That should all be considered before getting married to anyone. Is really looking at the background of that person's lineage, really, because then you can identify what curses that person has in their bloodline.
But can people change?
Oh, most definitely, if they want to. If they want to. I think that a lot of people have a hard time, maybe for ego reasons, being accountable for changing what needs to be changed within themselves. Being accountable for changing how they have been conditioned to communicate, how they've been conditioning to hold in certain emotions, thoughts, etc. You know what I mean? So You have to change that. And with change is healing. You have to heal certain things about yourself. And not everyone is up for that task because healing is difficult.
Now, Miss Gladys had made a statement, and I'm 50-50 on that. She said that's good too. If you want to know how a man is going to treat you, look at how he treats his mother. I'm 50-50 on that. Some men have been so hurt and just emotionally not supported from their mother until they are some of the best men to be with. And then you have some that have been so hurt by their mother, they just the devil.
Listen.
So it's just like a 50-50 on that. That's important to me.
Now, I have someone in mind. Who do I have in mind? I have two people in mind. One that you know that has been abandoned by their mother.
Okay.
And you can clearly see how they interact with women. And that abandonment issue from their mother just think about your mom. Your mama don't want you. She has abandoned you for whatever reason. That's a tough wound to heal.
It is.
And I'm telling you, a lot of people, specifically Black men, I think are afraid to confront that wound because from what I have seen and experienced, they would rather
because you
sweep
do this.
it
This
under.
is your line of work. This
Yes.
is your line of work. So she's not just going off. I don't want y'all to think she's just going off.
Yep.
Okay.
I've been a social worker for over 15 years. And just by living life or even looking at my own life. Pathological curses in my bloodline and seeing
that's true too.
Yes, and seeing how abandonment affects men. I almost want to call on somebody's name, but I won't.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be foolish enough to do that. But you could just see they have to heal that wound first before having a successful relationship with anyone, really.
I absolutely agree. Have you dealt with that? Because I'm telling you, mama issues, that's big. That's big than what most people realize.
Yep. And then you have the mama issues, the enablers, the mothers that believe that they are married to their sons. Girl, it can get deep.
It can. That's a whole nother show. That's a series.
Yes, it is.
It is. It could be a series, but you gotta be able to heal from past traumas, basically, and not I'll work on them as I get confronted with them. No, you gotta have healed from them.
Yes.
In order to have a successful relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree with you on that. So, do you think men are scared of rejection, girl?
Yes. I think men's egos are so fragile.
Really?
You could rip a man up with your tongue.
You think so?
I know so. A woman should be very careful with her tongue with dealing with her man.
I try to.
It's a way that I'm still learning myself. And I've been married for over 15 years. I'm still learning how to be a wife because I didn't have those tools. I'm still honestly learning about womanhood. I didn't really embrace it until I hit my 40s. I'm 44 years old. So, I mean, I just didn't grow up with those tools. I grew up in a single parent home. My mom being both the man and woman, both feminine and masculine. And I never wanted to be that, but I ended up that way because I didn't realize that growing up without a father would steer me to make certain decisions that I wish I did not have. So
I like what No Name said. I think we really got to examine the dynamic of mother and son relationship versus romantic relationships. Different dynamics and different expectations. That's true too. That's true. But still, it does play a part. And then Taz, what T from the D said, they got abandoned daddy issues too now.
Yes, ma'am.
And some women have those.
Yes.
Ana said that's why they shut down and they don't talk.
Peace, Christopher. Peace to your wife.
We love her too. That's why we got her on here. We love her too. She came with notes and everything. Come on, Sister Talibah, dive in. Let's talk about it. So why do you think that women know? Do we know how to be these things that these men are requiring? Or are we just thinking that? Because like you said, it's no rule book.
I think we're winging it. I'm going to speak for myself. I'm winging it. It's taking me to sit at the feet of other women, specifically older women, elderly women, to find out what a woman is. Or like listening to my granny. My granny is 91 years old. Listening to her, she has guided me greatly throughout my life, really. And there are other women in this Flint community that have cherished. I love my elders. They have a lot of wisdom.
But they put up with so much more.
Listen here. If I was to tell you what my granny put up with, but when I tell you her life is good, because she living on my grandpa's pension. And
welcome to Sister Circle. That was full circle right there.
Listen, and I tell you, like, she talks about that. My grandpa was an excellent provider. They had a blended family, so 9 children. My granny was his second wife. Excellent provider. Was the type of man that could fix a roof, build furniture, like could fix anything. Yard work, had a garden, could do literally anything. That old school Black man. But he was a womanizer. And he literally, he used to drive down the street with his girlfriend in the car. And my grandma could see it. My granny could see it. But her thought process was she was a housewife and she did not want, in her words, she did not want her children to grow up in the projects. No offense to anyone that has grown up in the projects or still live in the projects. But that's what
she wanted her children to have a better life. So she put up with that bullshit.
She did. Yeah. And then the kicker is he stopped coming home, like once the last child left. And then she got a lawyer to get a divorce. And then my grandpa, who I love dearly, he was the best father figure to me. He got scared and then wanted to come back. And my granny said the lawyer told her, the lawyer sees that in men all the time. Even though they have their other woman, when the wife is pushing for a divorce, they get scared and want to come back and reconcile. I don't know what that's about. So,
because I think they scared of being alone. Like, oh wow, she for real this time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm living it. So yeah, it's like a lot of times you don't hear me. I'm telling you, but you're not really hearing me. Again, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But you're not really hearing me.
So you got to show them. There you go.
So, more barbershop talk. One of the guys up there said, professional women are too bossy.
Okay.
He just liked a regular woman. So what's a regular woman?
I don't know.
Professional woman, so you don't like a woman that can speak for herself, that can, take care of her own. And I don't think that's being bossy or being outspoken or that, they first thing we want to say is that IED. No, we're not saying that we are independent. I think we need a man. We need a companion. But what do you mean? Professional women are bossy?
What's coming to my mind is he will have a lack of control over her, because a professional woman knows what she wants and has goals and aspirations in life. And she's going to accomplish her goals by any means necessary. Not saying that the quote unquote regular woman will not. I would like to know the definition of a regular woman. So is that just
You said a woman that's going to be submissive to me. So I guess if you're professional and you can make it on your own, you're not going to be submissive to your man.
I don't think that's true.
But what is the definition of submissiveness? Like, submissiveness can mean different things to different people. Some people think submissive is just being a slave. Other people think submissive is just, sometimes being a slave. Like, what is really the definition of submissive?
For me, I think
submission.
I think submission is a natural thing for a woman to do. If her man has submitted to God. Now, remember, I'm coming from an Islamic perspective.
I get that. You don't have to keep saying that.
Well, I'm going to say that to the audience.
They know that. The audience can see that clearly. I mean, they can clearly see it.
Yes, ma'am. So I think submission is being a helpmate.
So No Name said many men want a woman to submit, but they don't have no vision for the relationship. Yes. That's not how it works.
That's right. Absolutely, No Name. Absolutely.
But Living Life say, if I pay all my bills and if I take care of all my needs, I'm only submissive to God. So you're saying if you're doing everything for yourself and that man is not kicking in, then you're not going to be submissive to that man.
I agree with Angie Mack on that. So that's why I said, what type of man do you have? You can't be submissive to all men. If that man is not submissive to God, that relationship is in trouble. If a man is submissive to God, then he's going to be the provider and the protector that he has been ordained to be. And that also includes being mentally and emotionally protective of his woman and of his household. It's just not the physical protection, but it's all of it. So, girl, the only one that is going to tell me anything is my God. But God sends us helpmates, Miss Gladys. And if you have a good helpmate, if you have a husband that you love and trust, why wouldn't you submit to him? Why wouldn't you listen to him?
But listen, like, what's the level? I mean, you gotta define, because listen, I was married to a man that he believed in the woman is supposed to cook clean. That's it. You go to work. You can still go to work and help pay the bills. Well, but you're supposed to cook and clean. You're supposed to take care of the house.
That was incorrect. In Islam, you are a helpmate to each other. A woman does not have to work. A woman is not required to work in Islam.
For real.
I won't lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. A man is supposed to provide for all of his wife's needs.
So give me one of them scarves. give me one of them scarves, girl. Let me go.
Girl, you so crazy.
Give me one of those scarves so you go see me coming in here next
But honestly, I think it says that also in the Bible. Maybe someone in the audience can help me with that. I've heard a pastor that I saw on YouTube say the same thing, that a Christian man is supposed to provide everything to his wife. So
we're not gonna talk about them pastors.
Okay.
Girl. You gotta work in them. You gotta work in the Baptist house. You got to work, baby. You got to work.
So yes. So also in Islam, a man should help his wife cook and clean and help raise the children.
I agree with Angie. I'll be submissive with no hesitation, and if I'm in a relationship that makes me feel safe to do so, absolutely. What did not say?
I don't know.
I can't see. It must be back up there. Okay, well, what's some of your topics? You got a lot of stuff wrote down.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just digging deeper because as a social worker, I'm used to going to the root.
Help me, girl.
Of the issue.
Because I have issues.
Let me put on my bifocals.
Oh, shit. She's about to be my doctor now. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to be ready to be submissive.
Well, no. I was, you kicked the show right off. So I was really going to ask, what type of emotions are we focusing on? Because there are healthy expressions of emotions, and then there are the unhealthy ones. And then just reviewing nature versus nurture. So how was he raised? His relationship with his mother, his father, what is his personality? His the personality that he was born with. And also what should be considered is what type of environment, like the neighborhood that he grew up in, or what community, because I think that's important, and that's something that's overlooked with our males, with our children, period, but with our black boys more and more are becoming more desensitized to certain things in the community, to violence. And it's affecting them, and they may not know how to express it, excuse me. And I think that's something that should be examined. Just living in a society where we are still dealing with white supremacy. And then we've been dealing with that since the plantation. But it's like we have to find ways to cope with it. Or we have an unnatural fear of, like, for example, the police. We have an unnatural fear of the police. So all of that, we deal with so much as Black people in this white supremacist society, that we have to take all of that into account to our emotional health, especially Black men.
So you think some Black men, because breaking it down like that and putting it in that perspective, they got so much on them.
Yes.
To where if I'm emotional, I may be showing a sign of weakness. If I'm taking care of you and taking care of the home and being your provider, that may be all the emotion that they can give.
Yes. And one thing that I'm working on that I have not mastered is truly being the peace for my husband when he comes from the streets, coming from outside, coming from making money, coming from doing whatever in the community, volunteering at the masjid. Whatever he's doing, when he comes home, he should come home to a peaceful home and a peaceful wife. So I think that should be considered what our men deal with on the outside of the home. And it's not easy for them. It's still not easy for Black men emotionally. You couldn't pay me to be a Black man in this society.
2024, right.
You couldn't pay me. Right. It's too much, and it's a lot. just hearing, my husband has shared a lot of stories with me about growing up in Flint. After high school, he went to Central Michigan University, and then left and went to California and lived in LA. And that was in the early 90s. He was out there because he's 9 years older than me.
Okay.
So he was out there doing Rodney King. And he told me that him and his cousin almost daily would get pulled over by the same officers, the same police officers that knew their work routine, knew everything, and just to harass them. So they go through so much that that should be considered as well in regards to their emotional health.
Right.
So just not the family aspect, how they grew up, their personality, their conditioning as a child, but also the factors in the environment that they are being exposed to daily.
Okay. Okay. Keep going, girl. I'm listening.
Oh,
listen. I like Sister Talibah. Shit. Help me.
Let's see what else I wrote. Okay, so let's keep talking about the community. So if you look at the community of Flint, you can clearly see that, and I am going to drop this name because we all say this name.
Okay.
Mayor Neely. It's an emotional dysfunction there. Emotional and mental. I don't know him. But I've heard that he was bullied. I don't know that if that's true or not. I don't know.
We could say allegedly.
Allegedly, excuse me. And I often wonder what happened to him, because I always look at the root. What happened to him for him to be so corrupt?
I don't think he got little man syndrome.
Yes, that, but something else has happened. The Napoleon syndrome and something else. It's like he is constantly proving himself, but to me, he's very insecure. He's a very insecure person, but he is so corrupt. So corrupt. So I think he's the perfect example of how an emotionally imbalanced man cannot be a true leader. In your household, I don't know their household, but you can't be a leader in your household, and you definitely cannot lead a community, a city of people. He has failed to do right by himself. That's what just came to me. He has failed to do right by himself, and therefore he is failing to do right by other people. He can't even be righteous with himself, with his own soul.
How can he? Look at everything he's done. That's a whole nother show too.
Yeah, but he needs some healing. That's what I mean when he can't do.
Well, how can you heal when you don't think it's anything wrong with
He's
you?
avoiding it. He's sweeping it under the rug. Girl.
That man truly think ain't nothing wrong with it, but okay.
No, I'm serious. It's a whole lot of men out here that's watching this show right now that don't think it's anything wrong with them. Yeah, I agree, Kevin Tay. Peace to you. I often wondered about that as well.
That's deep.
Yeah. It's something going on. Assalamu alaikum, Bilal. Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What she just
I extended peace to Brother Bilal.
She said, what? What you say?
My Muslim brother. No name.
So Sister Talibah, let's go back up some. Okay. She took us down to the deep in the root. Let's go back up to the grass for a minute.
Okay.
How do you think a man is before a man? Or let's just open it up. A whole relationship. How old do you think a person is before they actually know what they want in a mate?
Oh,
like what age do you think like it finally clicks? Like this is what I want. And where are we learning from? Are we just learning based on the last relationship? Like I know I don't want this. Like what? How do we really know what we want until we actually get it?
trial and error. But I think that, again, I'm going to say from the Islamic perspective, in Islam, 40 is the age of maturity. So I'm seeing that now that I'm 44, but I think that 40 is the age of maturity
in Islam.
Yes.
Okay.
That's, if I'm not mistaken, Brother Bilal, you correct me.
Okay.
But I think that is a hadith.
Men 40.
A hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad. That's what I'm saying in Arabic. I think that might be a hadith, but I would say it's really trial and error. You have like a natural attraction to people, but then again, you also have that conditioning of your father, seeing what your mother went through. Right. All of that is in play. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I don't think, I still don't think we really truly know what we want. But then I go back to what you said at the beginning of the show. Like, Sister Talibah was like, let me know.
In regards to polygyny?
Yeah.
I have open discussions about polygyny with my husband all the time. Well, we haven't had one in a long time. That brother not getting a second wife.
you say you enough.
Listen, but I mean, I'm gonna be very transparent. I'm comfortable with being transparent.
Go ahead, let's do it.
I remember before my last baby, my baby Talib is 5 years old. Okay. He has your birthday, the 23rd. Before I got pregnant with him, I did enter a space in my life where I wanted a co-wife. And this may sound odd to others, but it was like a focus. I wanted more time for Talibah and Allah. I wanted more time to focus on Talibah and my soul. Why am I here? I was, I'm going to say tired, or I was exhausted from giving myself to my children, giving myself to my husband.
How many babies you got?
I birthed 6 children. Oh, Lord. Yep, and I have 2 bonus.
Second wife too, but
2 bonus.
She pushed out 6 kids. Yeah. I would have wanted somebody else to come in and help me too, baby.
And 2 bonus sons. So we raised 8 children together. Oh. Yeah, my husband came into the marriage with 2 sons. I came in with 2 daughters. Those 4 are grown. And then him and I had 4 sons together.
She said she talked to her husband about bringing in a co-wife.
Yes. So I was in that space before I got pregnant with my last baby. And then after that, I mean, that feeling went away. But it was nothing against my husband or anything. It did not come from any type of negativity. Remember when I said at the beginning of the show, I see the benefit in polygyny if it is practiced correctly and sincerely. Not everyone is mature for it. And I don't promote it.
I totally agree.
That is serious. So, yeah, I did entertain that at one point in time. And it was a deep, deep conviction within me because I could feel it in my heart space. So I stand firm in that. I'm not embarrassed by it. I don't care what anyone else have to think about it. This is my life, not yours. So, absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Look, Nancy, I know that's right because I'm sitting here listening too. I'm asking her questions. Hell, help me.
Peace, Nancy.
Help me,
Peace,
Sister
Serenity.
Talibah. This is Sister Circle.
Peace, Sheena.
We help each other. I know that's right.
Yes.
So let me see.
Peace, Latoya.
What else we got, sister? I done went through all of mine.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let's talk about this. Let's shift it a little bit. Look at Mickey over there.
And we did no male bashing today.
Yeah. Oh, I don't do male bashing. Not of my brothers.
I know when my sister got here, I knew you would have went there, but now my dear sister over here.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead, Sister Talibah.
Welcome to Death Row.
Okay. So just going back to Black men, I am and them struggling emotionally, the sexuality piece. Let me tell you something. We have, I want to say an epidemic. There are men that are not comfortable in their sexuality and they hate Black women because they want to be a Black woman and they scared to come out and be who they are. Now, one tape that I did want to send Mickey, brother Mickey, is this tape of this celebrity. What is Lil Wayne's ex-wife name? Very beautiful sister.
No, he had a baby by Lauren London.
Not her, but he used to be married.
I know you're talking about, but she had a show. She was on there with Ben Pitt.
Yes. I do the audience know, not Nivea.
No, he had a baby. Toya.
Is it Toya?
Was he married to Toya, or they just had?
They had the girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Toya got married to some rapper. That man. Yeah, he was a woman beater. And there's a clip of him. When they were married, they went on that show where the couples go and they get
couples retreat.
There you go. Okay. And you can see
her fear.
Yeah, but you can see his emotions, very feminine. His demeanor, very feminine. And I mean, I'm like, that man is gay. And he's just not admitting it. So I'm seeing that in our community as well. There are men, there's another example. I don't know if you all remember that tape that came out a few years ago of a Black family in California at Disneyland, one of those amusement parks. And it was a huge fight. And the man, when I looked at that tape, I said, that man hates women. He hates Black women. His mama was there. He got mad at somebody, some family feud. I don't know if y'all remember that, but his mama got knocked off the wheelchair thing, and then he just started fighting everybody. And it took multiple men to get him off of his woman. Because he started fighting his woman because I think she was caught up in it. But when I looked at him and looked at his demeanor and his mannerisms, I said, that man is raging to get out of that closet. He is mad that he is a certain way and he is not secure enough to express it. And he's pretending to be heterosexual.
You think the Down Low Brothers is on the rise again?
Again? Shoot. They ain't never left.
I know, but they coming out more and more now. They wearing purses and nails. They doing everything now.
Yeah. If I even go deeper, I think it's in our food.
Damn, Sister Talibah. It's in our food. Go deep with me now. It's in the food.
It's a warfare. It is a war. War has been declared on our community. Really on everyone in this country. But I don't want to go too deep. I don't want to go too deep. Damn, yep, bro. Peace, Darnell. Hormones.
Bro, Wesley Muhammad did a book about it.
Who?
About the marijuana. Bro, Wesley Muhammad
sure did.
About the marijuana.
Yeah.
About the way they're growing it and stuff now.
Saying how
Yeah. When I was still living in Detroit, I was going to Wayne County Community College, and I took an ecology class. And my professor were talking about the toxins that's in our environment that are literally changing the fish genders. That you can't tell if they're male or female, or they're changing them to be female. This was back in the early 2000s. Damn. So if it's changing life around us, what you think it's doing to us? And it's certain foods, Brother Mickey, you might know, that increase estrogen in men. It's done purposely. In other countries, in Canada and some European countries, you can't get away with that. Their governments will not allow our food over there. A lot of our food is banned over there. I saw a clip the other day of this woman in Canada, or no, she might have been in the US, where she held, I think it might have been Fruit Loops, allegedly. And it was the Fruit Loops that sold in Canada that have real ingredients, like for flavoring, like watermelon or something like that. And then ours in the US is chemicals. So they are definitely attacking us, I believe, through the food. My babies, my sons when they go outside, they'll point out the chemtrails in a minute. And they'll say, look, they poisoning us. Girl, the vaccines, if I could do it over again, none of my 6 children would have ever gotten not one vaccine. My 5-year-old, he has the least of them. It is a war on us. So, and this is no disrespect to the LGBTQIA plus community at all. I'm just stating what I see, and I'm stating what I know. So
okay,
yeah, well,
we know who's gonna be with Sister Talibah. So hell, I was quiet tonight because she took me away. I'm ready. Keep going. Nick, you got some questions for Sister Talibah? And she done helped me out.
I put it up. The late Baba, Dick Gregory spoke on this. There's different people, because I don't want nobody to be thinking like this is some stuff my sister made up. Nah, this ain't.
Oh right, we know she does her research.
You can go get this book. I bought it back in 2004. I remember I was down at Savior's Day. I think if it wasn't Savior's Day, it was one of the minister was holding down in Mos Mariama. It was back in 04. I bought the book called Medical Monopoly. If you go read it, just go read it. This ain't nothing that Mickey's saying. It's gonna back up what the sister said. And it was talking about like how they put steroids in our chicken, like how they even from the a lot of people might go look, but this stuff you can go get. The book is called Medical Monopoly. It's gonna tell you how, like, the young girl started at 11 years old having their menses. It was from the food. You know what I'm saying? Like the chicken, like they're putting steroids in it. See, but they don't tell you that
kids do look
even
way
with
different than what they used
like
to.
with kids, because I got asthma. Even with kids who have it, it's in our junk food. It's coming more. How you looking at it with kids being you seeing more diabetics, you seeing more obesity. Just think from back then to now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't no knock, but a lot of our foods that we eat more in the urban community.
Fast food.
It's fast food, and it's like we're not getting the best food. Like, most of us are going to these side stores.
Yeah.
How many can afford to go to a Sam's or a Costco's or where, you know what I'm saying? Food is different, like the Eastern Market down in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Some people eat halal. Like, how many people can afford to eat right? You know what I'm saying? So
that's my husband only allows halal meat in our home. So we go to a Islamic or Middle Eastern store and get, the slaughtered meat. Like, we're going tomorrow, actually. It's a store in Detroit, Bisher, where you can go and you can pick out your chicken. That's what he preferred. That one, I want that one. And they slaughter
the little chicken.
Yeah. And you slaughter it a certain way. My husband does not play that. When I go to Meijer or any other store, I do not buy the meat, except if I'm going to buy fish, because in the Quran, fish is anything in the sea is halal. And so it does not have to be slaughtered a certain way in a halal manner. But that beef and all of that, you don't know what you're getting out the store. You really don't. So yeah, but you are correct about that marijuana.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And listen, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give a little caveat. Back in my day, I blew weed. I'm just being honest. So when you see, but it's different to how it is now. You know what I'm just saying? I'm just saying when you go look, I like to read. I used to read more than I do now, but when you go get the different books, that's why I do try to watch different things. But if you go sit it just like what I eat. If people really paid attention, when you eat one hamburger, it takes your body 7 days to digest it. Yep, it does. But just imagine if you eat hamburgers 4 days out the week.
Every day.
So when they be talking fast, and you do got to give, because it's the toxins that's built up in your body, we never give them out. Because our body will heal itself, but we damage it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they not in the business. It's not the healing business.
That's right.
So when people be talking about the dispensaries, I go call out Rite Aid, Walgreens. What you think? That's my drugstore.
Yeah.
No different than you going to a medical water dispensary. But
that's right.
They won't take too many of them Tylenols and let's see how long you'll live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Take too many of them. And I ain't even talking about the 4s or 5. I'm just talking about over the counter.
Yes.
Take them and see what that'll do to you. You know what I'm saying? But I just our eating habits, like everything we do is gluttony. You know what I'm saying? People rather eat more out than you get at home, get a cooked meal. So, you know,
so crazy. That's affecting the mental health and the emotional health of everybody.
Yes, of everyone.
So I'm just not just the brothers. It's all tying in together.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well. Oh, T, you know what? As soon as I look up to the screen and I see the first thing she said, I can't leave steak and ribs alone. I'm done. I'm done.
Self-discipline.
Yeah.
What you think? How you think? In order to control the mind, you got to control the stomach. Them go hand in hand.
And I think there is something going on. Well, I know it's something going on in the U.S. I went to Morocco this past Ramadan.
Oh, you went to Morocco?
I went to Morocco for 9 days.
She went to Morocco.
Look, the safest place.
Really?
Girl, them men not bothering nobody.
Really?
They just sit back and drink tea. And I met a woman in one of the villages we went to visit that was 104. And you wouldn't even be able to tell. They're eating out there. And then there's another man in our tour guide's village that we didn't get to meet. He was 120 something years old.
Damn.
I broke down crying out there. Cause we went to our tour guide's village, which was in the Atlas Mountains. Just being out in nature is so healing. And we all need to do it. But I mean, the amount of like resentments that I had flew out there with. When I came back to the US, it was like they were gone. I had let that stuff go that I was holding on to. And I'm talking about years of resentments and grudges. Just being out there in those mountains and with those people and eating the right foods. I'm telling you, I could start crying now.
A total
cleansing
from head to toe. That's what it sounds like.
That's something else that we need to do as a people. And our men need to do it. Get off the block. Get off the block and go get into nature. Girl.
She said get in it. It's taking me some time now.
Yes. Angie Mack be gone. She don't mess around.
She don't.
That's a travel guide for 18. But she's gonna be on Teller for a minute.
We need her here for the website.
Yeah, we got to ground her plane.
We got to push out some shows
her
now
little plane
before
is
she
being
take
grounded.
off.
Her plane is being grounded right now. Not leaving off the cliff.
She said, but traveling heals her soul, though.
Yes.
Well, she got to get it filthy right now because we need her working.
We got work to do.
Yeah, she's got to get uncleaned.
Well, Sister Talibah, thank you so much for coming on Sister Circle.
Yes, I have fun.
And blessing us with all of your knowledge.
Thank
taking
you.
us deeper. You know, she always takes us deeper. Yes. It was really fun.
Yes, I enjoyed myself. And I have a brother in mind that I hope he's watching because I want him to heal himself. Me and him had a conversation. So
heal yourself.
Heal yourself, brother. You
gotta heal yourself first before you can love anybody else.
That's right.
So until next time, I think tomorrow, talking with Tanya at 10 a.m. And then Sunday, Flint Unite, 5 o'clock with Sister Audrey Muhammad and Elliot McCants, I do believe. And then, of course, Pole Talk. Pole Talk is Sunday at 9. The best show ever. And we got Clack in the hot seat this week.
Uh-oh.
So
all that chocolate
he'll be
in the hot seat.
Hey, y'all gotta be safe. I mean, y'all gotta be waiting because Sister Talibah and Trevor and Clack got something coming up.
Oh,
y'all didn't know Talibah was coming to the death row.
I know she was on death row. I just didn't know what she was gonna be doing. I just didn't know what was gonna be happening. But thank y'all for listening, and we out until what? I'll see y'all again Sunday at 9 o'clock. That's the next time y'all see me. But have a good one.
Peace, everyone. Oh,